All right, we have the Kel-Tec P15 on the range today. I'm going to tell you first shots, first impressions, and what I think about this gun. Let me just go ahead and say I'm not a fan of Kel-Tec, but I am going to give this gun a fair chance. But I do want to show you the features that make this gun and why I am so unenthusiastic about this right off the rip. Let's talk about it. First of all, let's talk about the good things. I think the sights are pretty nice. You have a front fiber optic with a tritium front insert, front and rear slide serrations. One thing I instantly noticed is how light it is.
Yes.
And Kel-Tec is known for making light pistols, okay? It is optics ready. What's interesting, and I'll have to look up a little bit more about it, is it doesn't come off like a normal plate. It looks like the whole back end pops off. So a couple of things that I wanted to point out here, it does have adjustable windage and an elevation screw right up top here. Now I mentioned that it looks like this entire thing comes off. And I wasn't entirely wrong there. Essentially what they are going to eventually have is different polymer pieces here that you can order as an accessory to match the footprint of the optic you're going to use. So obviously this one right here would not work. It's far too large anyways. I took it off my 10mm M&P just to show you though the idea of how that will work there. Okay, so I believe that, you know, this pattern will work for quite a few options. It's just a different approach. It's kind of weird. It's going to sit up a little bit taller because normally you'll have like a plate with a recess, right, where that optic can sit down into the slide. This one's just going to sit up on top of the slide. I looked at their website. I didn't see any of these things available yet. So coming soon, I would imagine. Another thing, you know how most guns have pins that hold the frame to the trigger. This one literally has torque screws. And so when I first brought this home, you were like, how much is this thing? Like 200 bucks? And I said, no, it was like $500. And I know it's a new gun, but Jesus. Okay, anyways, the trigger is pretty nice. We're gonna try that in a minute. Triangle style magazine release that's already sticking from side to side. I'm just, oh God. Grip safety right here, a little tiny grip safety, unnecessary, but whatever. The grip texturing, it's got a decent texturing to it, but I would imagine this thing will rub your skin raw. These little squares are super aggressive, and you also have, you know, serrations on the back there as well. You're probably going to want that because I imagine there's going to be quite a bit of felt recoil to it. Overall, when it comes to Kel-Tec pistols, you have a 12 and a 15 round magazine too, by the way. That's pretty good. When it comes to Kel-Tec pistols, it's probably one of the best looking ones I've ever seen.
It's already stuck?
It's stuck.
Oh, goodness. Well, untighten.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, shit.
I've been waiting for this all day.
Okay, there it goes. Oh, God. All right, let's just get this done. Yep.
Let's see.
Loaded chamber indicator right there. It's got an odd angle to it here. All right. Oh, okay. All right. All right, let's load it up again. For those first shots, one thing I will say is the recoil impulse isn't as bad as I thought it would be. The 12 round mag, man, it's so short, it's so light, it's kind of hard to hang on to. So I definitely prefer the 15 round mag. I don't really know what to think yet. I'm kind of speechless. Where am I hitting? I don't even know where I'm hitting. Oh, I'm hitting low. Dude, I gotta see where I'm printing here. That's not the target I was going for, by the way. Wow. Okay, so I will have a Kel-Tec P15 for sale here very soon. I'm just kidding, by the way. It does have a sharp recoil impulse. I don't know where the hell my bullets went. Only God knows where they went, because I was going for the very first little steel target right there that I've hit with every single gun I own in my collection, except for this one. So I don't know. They went in the trees or something.
Let me try it.
You know what's disappointing? Hold on. Let me just vent. What's disappointing is that it seems like a good concept, but everything I thought about this gun going in is exactly how I feel about it now after shooting it. Like, the magazine release is sticking, right? You have this dumb grip safety. I don't even know why it's there. It's just making my hand raw. You have this squared off rear, you know what I mean? Like, the sights suck. It's got a ton of recoil for what it, anyways, all right, you're up.
Ooh.
I mean, for self-defense purposes, that's a, you know, a decent group.
It kind of, like, there's so much recoil to it, it feels like it's gonna flip out of your hand.
Yeah.
And this little part right here, that's like digging into my hand.
Yeah, on the flat mag.
Yeah, is that rolling?
Oh, sorry.
Can you see that?
Hold on, let me move it up.
This big piece of metal, like,
Yeah.
sticking off of the mag?
Yep.
That digs into your hand. Because you have to, like, readjust yourself. I mean, it's so much recoil, it's like, it feels like it's about to fly out of your hands.
I feel like I want to hold the front of the trigger guard. This is the only gun I've ever felt like I want to do that, just to get more leverage on it to keep the gun down. and that's causing me to pull my shots.
Again, it really feels like it's going to fly out of your hands.
Yeah, it does. That is, dude, I don't miss, listen, I've spent a lot of time with carry guns. And I mean, I've had a lot of them in my hands. And this is amongst, if not the worst one I've ever had, dude. And I mean, I'm just talking about ones that have actually worked. You know what I mean? Like, obviously the Sky was bad. You know, there's some bad ones, you know. But this one, it's working. It's just not good, dude. Not good at all. And that group isn't terrible over there. Yeah, let's get this thing to the table, man. I think I have all the info I need on this one. All right, so first shots, first impressions with the Kel-Tec P15. Man, I came into this review unlike most of the reviews I come into, where I keep an open mind. I tried to do that with this gun. I did judge it right off the rip. I think we both did, because it just feels cheap, it looks cheap, and it shoots like shit. It really is probably the worst carry gun we've had on the range that actually worked. There's ones I put above this as far as worse, like the Sky, which didn't work, or the magazine release issue.
Yeah, it totally fell apart.
The AM2, which you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with. There's some that have been worse, but this one is really bad. So let me just say the good things first. The sights are decent. It's got some nice serrations on it. And the trigger, if you dry fire this gun, you'd probably be like, man, this thing is really nice. You know, it's got a decent trigger. That's about where the compliments stop. It's got so much recoil, the damn thing feels like it's gonna fly out of your hand with every shot. And so I thought it would be better with the 15 round mag. It's the only gun that I felt like I wanted to wrap this finger around just to keep it under control. And yet I was putting too much pressure on the gun at that point. I can't in good conscience say that I would ever recommend this to anybody. This thing was $500 and something shipped, dude.
Yeah,
there's much better options. What'd you think about it?
Horrible.
Elaborate.
It's horrible. Like, it's extremely painful to shoot. You feel like, basically, like I told you when I was on the range, you shoot it and it feels like it's gonna fly right out of your hands. It's too powerful because it's so light, I'm assuming.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When you press the mag release, it kind of gets stuck, and then you have to really pull on the mag to even get it out. But then there's a metal piece on the bottom of the mag.
Yeah, the flush mag.
That it's sticking out past the gun. So it's like you really have to grip onto it real tight to keep it in your hand, but then that metal piece is
It's an awful design, dude. It really is. It is, like I said, probably the worst one we've had to date.
This is like not even.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's super, and the thing is like, it wasn't cheap as far as buying this, but it feels cheap.
Yeah, like I thought it was like $200.
And I gotta seriously, man, thank you to the patrons who help support me to pay for this, because you guys, without your support, I don't think I would have ever bought this. I'm dead serious. So thank you guys.
Yeah,
you know, and like I said, man, I try to keep an open mind with everything we do, because that's what we do. We've had a lot of carry guns in our hands, dude, and we shoot most of them very well. And although none of them are target guns, you know, to me, there's a difference between a self-defense gun that you can effectively get shots on target. You know, it doesn't have to be all grouped in, you know, in a little, it doesn't have to be the tightest grouping ever. You just have to be able to trust that you can get shots on target, and
Right.
I don't think I would trust this at all.
No.
All the way around, man, not a fan. Not a fan at all. I didn't think I'd be a fan, and now this kind of verifies it. If you have one of these and you love it, or you have one and you hate it, or you just know you're gonna hate it and you haven't bought one, love to hear your opinion down below. Big thanks to you guys for joining. See you in the next one. And as always, hold them down.